A little bit ago, I made a video about seniors living on Social Security only. That really went off good, and I had a lot of great comments, a lot of stories. It was a pleasure communicating with people. So I thought I would expand that idea and kind of go in depth on a few things. So at this point, this should be a 5-part series. This will be part 1. Mistakes seniors make when Social Security is their only income. Now, we already figured out Social Security, you can live on it, but it's also easy to make one mistake that'll cost you for years. Today, I want to talk to you about those items or things, not to criticize or belittle anyone, but to help you avoid them if I can. Mistake number 1, waiting too long to adjust, hoping things only work out for themselves. But you know they won't. But things won't work out unless you help them. Once you know your number, your income, that's your target. Don't go over that. Also, seniors delay in downsizing. It's hard to get rid of your items. I know. So right away, even before you retire or go on Social Security, you need to downsize. You need to set a budget. You'll have less stress that way if you do these things before you retire or go on Social Security, if possible. Mistake number 2 is keeping expenses from a younger life. Things like car payments, clothing budgets, too big a home, attending sports, concerts, movies. These are old habits that just don't fit your new income. Number 3, helping others at your own expense. We're talking about helping your children, helping your grandchildren, falling victim to guilt spending from a friend or another relative. And this is the time to reduce buying gifts. Everyone is pretty well aware of your situation. You're low income. They don't expect you to buy gifts. Show them your love in other ways. A nice card with good sentiments written in it goes a long ways and will be a keepsake. Better than the pair of socks or scarf or whatever you decide to buy somebody that you don't need to. And then don't fall victim to scams. There's no Nigerian prince that needs your money. There's nobody from the police department or fire department that needs you to fund their ball. And you certainly don't hand out your personal information over the phone or online. If in doubt, if you get worried about something somebody's contacting you about, don't deal with them, but hang up or go to the website of the entity that you're talking about, whether it's your doctor's office or your cable company or whatever. You need to make contact with them so that you know you're dealing with the right entity and not getting ripped off. Mistake number 4, plugging those little leaks in your budget. Sometimes you don't even know you're spending the money, but it's coming out of your accounts. Things like subscriptions to products, gyms, music, like Spotify or that type of thing. Fitness, diet subscriptions or memberships, mental wellness apps, any of those small items. You can go through your bank account and it will list what you paid for and look for those things. You don't need to pay a company to do it for you. You can just look through your own accounts, your credit card and your bank account, and see what's being spent. If you don't know what something is, contact your institution, whether it's your credit card or your bank, and tell them you need more clarification And if you still don't know, then go ahead and cancel that reoccurring payment. You'll know sooner or later if it was something you shouldn't have canceled. There's bank fees. Not only the overdraft things, but your monthly charge for your checking account or something like that. Check into your local credit unions, and most of them are going to offer you a free checking account. And if you want to transfer your credit card over to them, they're generally going to be a lot cheaper interest than a bank. And don't impulse buy. You don't need that pretty shiny thing on QVC. And you don't need the video that tells you the things you should buy at Amazon, the 25 things you just cannot live without. You don't need to jump on Amazon and go get one. If it's something that you really like, something that I do is I'll put it in my cart. I'll review my cart later on and look at it, and chances are I'm not going to want to buy it. But if I still have a burning desire for it and I can afford it, then go ahead. You can still always return it, although that's not something you should do, buy it to return it. The nice thing about doing that is that a lot of times you'll get a notification or an email saying that we noticed that this is in your cart and the price has been lowered to this. So you might get a better deal by waiting. Put it in your cart and wait a week. You'll be surprised how many things will go down in price to get you to buy. And then a big one, a little bit more complicated, is insurance. Whether it's car insurance, life insurance, renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance, shop insurance. Insurance companies are one of the biggest profit-making things there are in the country. Look for your car insurance. On your car insurance, you can probably get, if you don't drive very much anymore, then look into one of these policies, which are from a lot of different companies now, about paying per mile. That is really a good way to save. And you can also get renter's insurance if you need it through them. Personally, I don't buy renter's insurance. I don't have anything of great value. I have things, and it would be a catastrophic loss to me if I were to have a fire or a flood and lose everything. But I could get it all back, and I don't have to pay that monthly premium. But that's up to you personally. And you got to make sure that you understand there's a deductible on those insurance policies. So, take the first $500 or $1,000 off the top, because that's what your deductible probably is. They'll only pay for things after that deductible. And then it may just be a percentage. So really take a look at your insurance and see if that's $20 a month you really need to spend. Another big one is internet, your cable, or whatever you use for television, streaming, and your cell phone plans. First off, internet. If you're low income, you can get something like Internet Essentials. My internet is $14.95 a month. It's great service. It's fast speeds. I don't have a problem on it. I don't do cable anymore. I can't stand the commercials. They drive me nuts. So what I do is I stream, and to be honest with you, most of my viewing is on YouTube. I do have Netflix. I have a couple of subscriptions that I shouldn't be paying for. But, once in a while, if I have a friend over, there might be something we want to watch. So totally not worth the money I'm spending for them. But YouTube is. I do YouTube Premium. I bypass the commercials. I really like that. It's like $15 a month, and it's all kinds of entertainment. Movies, programs, great content from independent people like myself. Anyway, you get the drift. And phone plans, there's a bunch of second-tier phone plans. They use the same lines. I'm not sponsored anything, but I use Tello. I pay about $10, $11 a month for my cell phone service. At home, I use my Wi-Fi on my phone, so I don't use a lot of data. I don't travel, and I'm not out and about using my data. You know, a good resource for something like that is I've always used ClarkHoward.com. I don't know if a lot of you remember Clark, but he used to be generally on the radio. I think he was on television. He's on YouTube now. But ClarkHoward.com is the website, or Clark Howard on YouTube. He is very good about giving you lots of money-saving information. And, you know, on insurance, on cell phones, on internet, you know, all the items that you can look to save money. Number 5 is believing struggle equals failure. Totally not true. You don't have to be ashamed of the money you have, or the lack of. Don't let your silence intimidate you to not seeking and asking for help. You know, one thing we didn't touch on is food, and food is a great way to save money. And don't be afraid to inquire about your food bank, or talk to your DSHS or whatever your state representative would be about different things that you may qualify for. Maybe a farmer's market program or something like that. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. It's stability. And most of these mistakes are quite fixable in a relatively short period of time, which keeps more money in your pocket. Thank you for watching this video today, and watch for the next one. It'll come out in a couple of days. And like I said, there will be about 5 episodes in this series, but I think you'll find them all useful. Appreciate you. Take care.